Hola. Okay, let's do it now in English. Hi there. It's so nice to see you again back on my channel. We're going to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more lighthearted today, which is talk about the astrology of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. And we're going to look at their composite chart, which basically represents their relationship together. You can also look at the Synastry chart for this relationship, which would demonstrate a little bit more of the effects they have on each other. However, I usually enjoy looking at the composite chart a little bit more because then we take a look at the relationship as an entity and we take a look at what is the relationship like, what are the needs for the relationship in order for that to thrive and do its best. One caveat is that we actually don't know the birth time of Benny, so therefore we're not going to be able to talk about any of the houses, any of the angles in this composite chart. It's a shame because that can tell us quite a lot. But I mean, I don't know Benny personally, so I couldn't ask him for his birth time, so it is what it is. If you enjoy this reading and you want to book your own composite chart reading for you and a loved one, I'll leave the booking link down below. Let's jump into it, and I will put up their composite chart here so that you can watch along. One of the things that I love about their composite chart is that their sun is in Taurus. This is such a beautiful position for sort of like a romantic relationship because we see that in order for their relationship to thrive, they need physical comfort and a feeling of safety and peacefulness. So if they ever feel like the relationship is losing steam, what could help them out is physical touch. It could be going and getting a massage together. It could be even simple things such as having a really good meal together or cuddling. That sort of like physical safety is really important for them. Taurus is also a sign that's very focused on the senses, very aware of the senses. So listening to music together, bonding over that experience will help enliven their relationship. And another really beautiful aspect in their composite chart is that Jupiter is in Cancer. This is a wonderful position for Jupiter to be in, and it really shows a type of love that is slow and nurturing. So I can imagine that, I haven't watched that many interviews from them, so maybe this is not true, but I could imagine with this placement that believing in their relationship and believing that it could work, believing that it was something worthwhile, probably took time. It took time, and it went slow, and the trust had to be built up over time. With this Jupiter in Cancer position, if they ever feel like they're losing faith in their relationship, if they ever feel like they're starting to question things, what could really help them is to step back into that nurturing Cancerian role. I don't want to encourage them to sort of become each other's mother, but doing things, motherly types of things, would really help them believe in the relationship again. Being there for your partner and cooking them a nice meal, listening to them and being there for them emotionally when they're going through some hard times. Maybe even this idea of your partner having a cry and you just being there to comfort them and to hold them. If they start losing hope and faith in their relationship, Selena and Benny need to step back into that nurturing role for each other. One very interesting thing that I found about their Synastry chart is the position of the moon. It's in Aquarius, which shows that this relationship can seem a little bit emotionally detached. There is a need for for this relationship to also sort of step away from others, from Selena and Benny, and to just also have space. And I can imagine that that's true for the two of them in the relationship together, that they sometimes just need space from one another in order to continue to feel as their own individuals. And especially because this is a composite chart, I can imagine that them as a pair also need to step away from their relationship with others in order to continue to remember what it is that the two of them need together. So remember, with a composite chart, we are looking at what the relationship needs. And with this moon in Aquarius, most likely Selena and Benny need to detach from others around them, from family, from other friends, from any other relationships that they have, to take care of their own needs and wants. One caveat whenever we see a moon in Aquarius is be careful not to become too detached. They need to remember that the support of the community is always very good to have, and a word of caution would be careful not to detach yourself too much so that you completely lose contact with all of those important in your life. Let's take a look next at Venus and Saturn in their composite chart. With Venus and Gemini, we see that together they love to keep busy and to be curious and to try different and new experiences. And I would say if they start to feel like the love for each other is not there anymore, or they feel like they're not enjoying the relationship, they need to step more into this Gemini energy, which is the energy of doing random things together, showing up someplace, letting the wind take you where it takes you, picking up random books, taking random courses, engaging in some sort of interesting intellectual ideas and discussions together. And what I love at the same time with their Synastry chart is that Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn, which shows us that together this relationship has some great work to accomplish. And perhaps while they are being busy together with this Venus and Gemini, they do end up finding what that great work is. They do end up finding that sort of passion and self-discipline that this relationship requires. There can be a dichotomy between these two here, between Venus and Saturn. So I want to encourage them that while keeping busy and curious and trying 10,000 different things at once will make them feel good, Saturn and Capricorn will say that every once in a while you do need to focus. Every once in a while, in order to accomplish this great work that you've set out to do, whether that's create music together or something else, you will need to step away from this wonderful Venus and Gemini energy of exploring, of being curious, of trying out different things, and focus and be self-disciplined in this great work that you try to do together. It might not be easy, but it will be very rewarding. And finally, let's take a look at the North and the South node of Selena and Benny's composite chart. And as an evolutionary astrologer, this is actually what I usually start the readings with, because it's very, very important in understanding the whole chart. For Selena and Benny, their South node is in Leo. And what we see with a Leo South node is that if these two were connected to each other in a past life, there was a tendency to perform, a tendency to keep up appearances, and a tendency to do things not because they wanted to, but because they got applause for it, or they got recognition for it. And, whether you believe in past lives or not, there is a tendency that this is the same thing that they might repeat together in this relationship in this lifetime. And that's why it's so important to look at the South and the North Node in astrology. The remedy for this, for Selena and Benny and their relationship, is to really focus on what does their relationship really need, what does their relationship really want, instead of doing the things that are expected of them. Whatever that may be. Maybe they are expected by others to make music together, but they realize that their relationship doesn't really like that or need that, or doesn't make them feel good, that their relationship is maybe about, I don't know, moving to Thailand and doing volunteer work. One word of caution for them: be careful not to step into the expectations that others have of you and to do those things because you're getting recognition and because you're getting applause. Focus on what it is that you truly want, express yourself, and become free the relationship from the expectations that others have on it. So overall, it's a beautiful composite chart. We have these beautiful aspects with the Sun in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer. And we have some really interesting dichotomies between Venus and Gemini and Saturn in Capricorn, encouraging them to stay curious and have fun, but also hunker down. And if I could summarize the whole Synastry chart in one for Selena and Benny, is to remember to not get sidetracked by the recognition and by the applause. I hope you enjoyed this composite chart. Let me know if there was a part of their composite chart that surprised you, a part that maybe didn't. And don't forget that I am also giving away a free reading. All you have to do is hit subscribe, and when we reach 2,000 subscribers, I will select one of you for a free reading. Thanks for joining. Also, let me know down in the comments which composite chart you want to see next, and I hope to see you again soon.